Hello, and welcome to Life of a Boss, the podcast, hosted by entrepreneur, public speaker, and mentor, Jason Hardin. This podcast is all about helping audiences create and reach their own definition of success through positive thinking, perseverance, and personal development. Having survived extreme obstacles from an early age, such as cancer, poverty, abuse, family dysfunction, and even homelessness, Jason has learned how to master the art of resilience and defy all odds to become the boss he is today. So, get ready for some serious game and remember to keep an open mind. Now, without further delay, here is your host, Jason Hardin.
Thank you, and hello, and welcome back to another episode of Life of a Boss, the podcast. And this is the podcast all about personal development and living that lifestyle that you always want to live on your terms, making the money that you want to make, getting the respect that you want to have, living the life, having the relationships that you want on your terms. And it all starts with personal development. Nobody wish this stuff on you. You can't get inherited success. You can inherit money, but you can't inherit success. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of people that inherit money aren't really successful. They just spend money. There's nothing successful about that. They just depleting what somebody else created for them. And if that's what you want for your child or whatever, if that's the life you're wanting to, so be it. This is not for you. This show is for those trying to get it. I don't care what level you're on. I don't care if you ain't got it yet. I don't care if you have never thought about having it. I don't care if you got it and you just want more. And whatever it is to you, it's not money, it's not power, it's not fame, it's not fortune. It's whatever that drives you. It's your definition of success. And that's why I keep saying create and live and achieve your definition of success. Nobody else's, but yours. Anyway, that's all this show is about, and this episode is about self-care. Self-care, and we're going to understand what it is and why it's important, and how it relates to being successful, and how it relates to personal development, and how it relates to being healthy in all aspects of life. It all starts with self-care. And basically what self-care is, the definition of it is the maintenance of personal health without the help of a professional, a medical professional. So basically, it's you doing what's right for you without a doctor or medications or anything. So that's what self-care is. And that being said, self-care is really all about health. Self-care is how to maintain and optimize your physical and mental health on a regular basis. And for me, I'm going to tell you, self-care is not something I just take a day and go do. How many times have you heard somebody say, you know what, I'm going to take a self-care day. I'm going to do some self-care this weekend. I'm over here, doing self-care. Like, hold on, self-care is something you shouldn't even stop. For me, self-care is something that other people interrupt. I'm always doing self-care. If I'm stopping, it's because something else stopped me. Other than that, I'm always trying to do what's right for me and my mind and my health and my peace and my safety. And self-care is priority to me. Self-care has to be priority to you. And like I said, what is self-care? What are some activities of self-care? It's always working out. Exercising to some degree, that's self-care. Reading is self-care. Learning, how to better take care of yourself is self-care. It's not always the act of it. It's the mental process of knowing what's healthier for you. That's self-care. Doing things you enjoy that put you at a peaceful state. In a more peaceful state of mind, that's self-care. Relieving and alleviating stress is self-care. What are some of the things you do that relieve stress that are healthy? Some of us relieve stress in unhealthy ways. I've been guilty of that too. But that's not self-care. Self-care is the healthy ways we relieve stress, like golf. That's healthy. That's part of my self-care. and other activities like that. Spending time with loved ones, that's self-care. If you're in the office banging the books and trying to get money, 24/7, you're working 20 hours a day, 18 hours a day. You don't have time for family, but you're getting money. That's not self-care. Taking a break, asking your daughter how her day was, asking your son about his day, asking your wife how her day was, but listening, that's self-care. So self-care is always, it's relative. When it's not health-related, it's usually relative. Self-care for me might be a different version of self-care for you, but what's in common is they're both healthy. They're both ways of keeping our minds and our body healthy. So for all my listeners out there, guys, I want you all to comment or send us a tweet or an inbox message of your best self-care techniques, your best self-care activities. Because if you share what you do, it might spark somebody else who's looking for an outlet. Like I said, we all have different ways. So what might be self-care for you might be self-care for somebody else too, It might not be what works for me, but it might work for somebody else. So I like everybody to chime in. I love when everybody leaves feedback because we help each other. We're interdependent. We depend on each other for success, and that's just how it is. Anyway, I love y'all. Stay working together. Stay working on yourself. First of all, like I said, self-care is really just all about you and how you take care of your mental and your physical health on a daily basis. All right? Anyway, stay up, stay safe, and stay getting it. I love y'all. Success is a lifestyle. Peace.
Did anything stand out to you in today's show? If so, let us know. Your questions, comments, and concerns are important to Jason, as he is determined to always deliver to you only the most impactful information and content. Until next time, please subscribe, like, comment, share, and leave a review whenever possible. You may visit lifeofaboss.net for more episodes and great resources to help you become the absolute boss that you were meant to be. You can also follow Jason on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Hardin. Thank you. And to never forget that success is a lifestyle.